1 Chronicles chapter 1. Adam, Sheth, Enosh, Kenan, Mahalaleel, Ired, Henoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Yah, and Tubal, and Meshech, and Tyrus. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Riphath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Yan, Elisha, and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim.
The sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Seba, and Hala, and Sabta, and Ramah, and Sabteka. And the sons of Ramah, Sheba, and Dedan. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be mighty on the earth. And Mizraim begat Ludum, and Anamim, and Lahabim, and Naphtuhim, and Pathrasim, and Casluim, of whom came the Philistines, and Caphtorim. And Canaan begat Sidon his firstborn, and Heth, the Ibusite also, and the Amorite, and the Girgashite, and the Hewite, and the Archite, and the Sinite, and the Aroidite, and the Zamarite, and the Hamathite.
The sons of Shem, Elam, and Asher, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram, and Uz, and Hul, and Gether, and Meshech. And Arphaxad begat Shelah, and Shelah begat Eber. And then to Eber were born 2 sons. The name of the one was Peleg, because in his days the earth was divided, and his brother's name was Ioktan. And Octan begat Almadad, and Sheleph, and Hazermoth, and Yerah. Hadram also, and Uzal, and Diklah, and Ebal, and Abimael, and Sheba, and Apir, and Hala, and Yobab. All these were the sons of Ioktan.
Shem, Arphaxad, Shelah, Eber, Peleg, Rehu, Serug, Nahor, Terah, Abram. The same as Abraham. The sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Ishmael.
These are their generations. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nebaioth, and Keturah, and Adbeel, and Mibsam, Mishma, and Duma, Massa, Hadad, and Tema, Yeter, Naphish, and Kedemah. These are the sons of Ishmael.
Now the sons of Keturah, Abraham's concubine. She bare Zimran, and Yukshan, and Midan, and Midian, and Ishbak, and Shuah. And the sons of Iokshan, Sheba, and Dedan. And the sons of Midian, Ephah, and Epher, and Henoch, and Abida, and Eldoah. All these are the sons of Keturah. And Abraham begat Isaac. The sons of Isaac, Esau, and Israel.
The sons of Esau, Eliphaz, Ruel, and Jush, and Nialam, and Korah. The sons of Eliphaz, Tun, and Omor, Sephi, and Gedem, Kenaz, and Timnah, and Amalek. The sons of Ruel, Nahath, Serah, Shammah, and Mizah. And the sons of Seir, Hotan, and Shobal, and Zibeon, and Anah, and Disan, and Ezer, and Dishan. And the sons of Lotan, Hori, and Homum, and Timnah was Lotan's sister. The sons of Shobal, Ashan, and Manahath, and Abel-Shepi, and Onam. And the sons of Zibeon, and Anah. The sons of Anah, Disan. And the sons of Disan, Amram, and Eshban, and Ithran, and Cheran. The sons of Ezer, Bilham, and Zoin, and Iakin. The sons of Disan, Uz, and Aaron.
Now these are the kings that reigned in the land of Edom, before any king reigned o'er the children of Israel. Bela the son of Beer, and the name of his city was Dinhabah. And when Bela was dead, Iobab the son of Zerah of Bosra reigned in his stead. And when Jobab was dead, Husham of the land of the Temanites reigned in his stead. And when Husham was dead, Hadad, the son of Bedad, which smote Midian in the field of Moab, reigned in his stead, and the name of his city was Oth. And when Hadad was dead, Samlah of Masrekah reigned in his stead. And when Samlah was dead, Shaul of Rehoboth by the Rire reigned in his stead. And when Shaul was dead, Baal-Hanan the son of Achbor reigned in his stead. And when Baal-Hanan was dead, Hadad reigned in his stead. And the name of his city was Pai. And his wife's name was Mehetabel the daughter of Matred, the daughter of Mezahab.
Hadad died also. And the dukes of Edom were Duke Timnah, Ugaliah, Ugitheth, Duke Ahalabama, Duke Ela, Duke Pinan, Duke Canis, Duke Sman, Duke Mibzer, Duke Magdiel, Duke Hiram. These are the dukes of Edom.
Chapter 2. These are the sons of Israel: Reuben, Simeon, Lewi, and Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun, Dan, Ilseph, and Benjamin, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher.
The sons of Judah, and Onan, and Shelah, which three were born unto him of the daughter of Shua the Canaanites. And are the firstborn of Judah was Yul in the sight of the Lord, and he slew him. And Tamar his daughter-in-law bare him Pharez and Zerah. All the sons of Judah were 5. The sons of Pharez, Hezron, and Hamul. And the sons of Zerah, Zimri, and Ethan, and Heman, and Calcol, and Dara. 5 of them in all. And the sons of Carmi, Achur, the troubler of Israel, who transgressed in the thing accursed. And the sons of Ethan, Azariah. The sons also of Hezron, that were born unto him, Arameel, and Ram, and Shelibah. And Ram begat Aminadab, and Aminadab begat Nahshon, prince of the children of Judah. And Nahshon begat Sama, and Sama begat Boaz. And Boaz begat Obed, and Obed begat Ias.
And Yes begat his firstborn Eliab, and Abinadab the second, and Shema the third, Nathanael the fourth, Radai the fifth, Ozem the sixth, Dowd the seventh, whose sisters were Zeruiah and Abigail. And the sons of Zeruiah, Abishai, and Joab, and Asahel 3. And Abigail bare Amasa, and the father of Amasa was either the Ishmaelite.
And Caleb the son of Hezron begat children of Azubah his wife, and of Ariath. Her sons are these: Ishur, Shobab, and Arden. And when Azubah was dead, Caleb took unto him Ephrath, which bare him her. And her begat Uri, and Uri begat Bezaleel.
And afterward Hezron went in to the daughter of Machir, the father of Gilead, whom he married when he was 80 years old. And she bare him Segub. And Segub begat Aer, who had 23 cities in the land of Gilead. And he took Jesher, and Aram, with the towns of Aer from them with Kenneth, and the towns thereof 60 cities. All these belonged to the sons of Machir, the father of Gilead. And after that Hezron was dead in Caleb Ephratah. Then Abiah Hezron's wife bare him Asher, the father of Tekoa.
And the sons of Jerahmeel the firstborn of Hezron were Ram the firstborn, and Bunah, and Oren, and Ozan, and Ahiah. Arameel had also another wife, whose name was Atara. She was the mother of Onam. And the sons of Ram the firstborn of Arameel were Maz, and Iaman, and Eker. And the sons of Onam were Shammai, and Ada. And the sons of Shammai, Nadab, and Abishur. And the name of the wife of Abishur was Abihail, and she bare him Aban, and Molid. And the sons of Nadab, Seld, and Apaim. But Seld died without children. And the sons of Apaim, Ishi, and the sons of Ishi, Sheshan, and the children of Sheshan, Ahlai. And the sons of Iada the brother of Shammai, Either, and Ninathan, and Either died without children. And the sons of Anathan, Peleth, and Zaza. These were the sons of Irameel.
Now Sheshan had no sons, but daughters, and Sheshan had a servant, an Egyptian, whose name was Ira. And Sheshan gave his daughter to Ira his servant to wife, and she bare him Attai. And Attai begat Nathan, and Nathan begat Zabad, and Zabad begat Ephlol, and Ephlol begat Obed, and Obed begat Aichu, and Aichu begat Azariah, and Azariah begat Helaz, and Helaz begat Elisa, and Elisa begat Sisamai, and Sisamai begat Shalom, and Shalom begat Yechamiah, and Yechamiah begat Elishama.
Now the sons of Caleb the brother of Irameel were Mesha his firstborn, which was the father of Ziph, and the sons of Mereshid the father of Hebron. And the sons of Hebron, Korah, and Tapia, and Rechem, and Shema. And Shema begat Raham, the father of Iarkom, and Rechem begat Shammai. And the son of Shammai was Maon, and Maon was the father of Bethsur. And upon Caleb's concubine bare Haran, and Moses, and Gazes, and Haran begat Gazes. And the sons of Idai, Rechem, and Dotham, and Jishan, and Pelet, and Apah, and Sheaf. Macha Caleb's concubine bare Sheber, and Turhana. She bare also Sheaf the father of Madmana, Shua the father of Mishbena, and the father of Jabiah, and the daughter of Caleb was Aksah.
These were the sons of Caleb, the son of Hur, the firstborn of Ephratah, Shobal the father of Kiriath-Jearim, Sama the father of Bethlehem, Hariph the father of Beth-Gader, and Shobal the father of Kiriath-Jearim, had sons, Haro, and half of the Manahethites, and the families of Kiriath-Jearim, the Ithrites, and the Puites, and the Shomathites, and the Mishrates, of them came the Zerethites, and the Eshtalites, the sons of Sama, Bethlehem, and the Netophathites, Atereth, the house of Iob, and half of the Manahethites, the Zorites, and the families of the scribes, which dwelt at Iabez, the Tirathites, the Shimeathites, and Suchathites. These are the Kenites that came of Hemath, the father of the house of Rechab.